Hey everybody, it's Thursday, which means it's another episode of Naturally Unbothered. I am Shari.
I'm Ebony.
Hey girl, you looking cute and tittylicious.
I'm just gonna chill and have a nice, lovely night with myself.
Mm, mm. You,
You
you
look
drinking?
cute.
Thank you, thank you.
I am really on kinky and some tequila tonight.
Oh, I'm drinking tequila too, the blue agave.
Ooh,
Mhm. And I have it mixed with Oklahoma's finest, Sonic, strawberry
oh,
slush, and mango.
no doubt.
That's what I'm
No
drinking.
doubt.
So it looks like this.
You.
And the Sonic slushes have real strawberries in them. So,
Mm-hmm. I want a Sonic Slush.
mm.
Oh,
So that's what I'm drinking, and it's strong as fuck. Anyway, you had a good week.
I've had a week.
Okay, we're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I am traveling. I am in Kansas.
Okay, Kansas.
It's cold as fuck. I know y'all can hear it. I have a cold.
Do they get snow? Y'all get snow there or no?
I mean, there were some flurries, but it doesn't matter. If it's 19 degrees outside, does it matter if you get snow or not?
It does not.
Does it really matter? It don't goddamn matter.
Gosh.
It is too cold. I need to take my ass back to Houston. It's cold, but I'm enjoying myself. Anyway, I know that everyone has had an ex that you just wish if there was one day given that you could take a mofo out and get away with it, you would do it.
Mhm.
Well, since you can't do that, since you can't do that, you go to jail. There is actually a zoo that will allow you to name a cockroach after your whack ass, tired ass, crappy ass ex for Valentine's Day and feed it to a zoo animal.
Wow. Wow. You have to touch it in order to feed it to the zoo animal, right?
It may be on a little prong or something if you don't want to actually touch it yourself. Or they might put it in a bowl or whatever. I don't know what the process is for
Okay.
it. But it's basically to help raise funds for the zoo. And that's their thing. Visions of securing a future for the wildlife area. They are allowing people to name cockroaches after their exes and feed them to the zoo animals.
So our B would definitely be a roach. She would definitely be fed. CR would definitely be fed to roaches. I feed him to another roach. Um, Let his own devour him. Oh gosh, I got sold. Who else? I think that's it actually.
I will feed a lot of them, a whole bunch of them. Some might have to even be resurrected to be fed.
We don't get any initials.
The biggest one that can be a roach is KH at the moment. Definitely, we'll feed him I'll cut him with little slices and feed him to multiple animals. So anyway, to donate, it's between $5 and $25. That's the donation. That's the cost of the roach.
Damn. I got to buy my roach?
It is to raise funds. I told you it's to help raise funds.
$25?
I'll pay $25. It's for a good cause.
Pay the $25 in my name. You know how like for people's birthday, people say, I paid for you for your birthday. Do that shit for me with a roach. I'm not spending my hard-earned $25 on a roach.
Mm-mm. So you'll receive like a name card. You'll be able to put their name on the card. And that roach will be fed to an animal of your choosing.
What would I feed these? Ooh. But one I would feed to a roach. The other I'd feed to, I don't know, because it's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt though. All they're gonna
It's
do is
not,
shit.
it's just the principalities of it all.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No, I
You
want to
don't-
inflict pain. I want them to get mauled by a grizzly bear like Leonardo DiCaprio got mauled in Revenant. Whatever the movie's called, I know you want to correct me, whatever it is.
That's the movie that you made me watch with you, and then you fell asleep.
It's a great movie.
You fell asleep, and you made me sit there and watch that long ass, drawn out movie with you.
But wasn't it good?
I don't even remember what it was about.
It doesn't matter. Leonardo DiCaprio was mauled by a bear. That's in it. I had already seen it when I made you sit watch it, so whatever. Anyway, that's what I want to happen to somebody. But wait a
So
minute.
that's what you would like to do? Find a sacrificial human to feed to the bear in honor of your ex?
Or a mountain lion, a cougar, a panther, a stray dog.
A mountain lion?
Yeah, a mountain lion.
Bobcat?
A bobcat, a possum, hell, a
Raccoon.
raccoon.
Shit, raccoon's gangster these days.
They walk up on you. They walk up on you. That's what I'm saying. Yes, yes. That's what I wish for them.
Well,
in the most respectful way.
I thought it was a cool thought and idea to just watch your ex be eaten by an animal.
It's one crunch because the roaches are small. It's like that's nothing.
But it's not like a regular house cockroach. It's like those Madagascar, the bigger cockroaches. It's like the palmetto roaches that are like everywhere in Texas.
They here it's two bites.
Okay. Okay, well, you're vetoing it. I'm for it, you're against it. Oh, flipping well. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So, I've been watching, I know like everybody's been watching the news. It's been all over the news. What do you think I'm gonna talk about that's been all over the news, Ebony? Just think. It's been all over the news.
I'm gonna say Tyre.
It is. It is. When I first saw the story, and I'm not gonna say that you guys don't know about the story because I know you know about the story. He was basically brutally beaten to death by 5 police officers. And he died as a result.
Right.
When I first saw the story, when I first watched the video, I was just like, first thing came to my mind was, I know they don't think they white. That was the first thing that came to mind. Because white police officers can get away with
murder.
With murder and killing Black men. But I don't think Black people think they can get away. I didn't think that Black police officers thought that they could get away with killing anyone. Period.
I think they thought that they could get away with it because of the uniform. I honestly feel like they thought they had it that they had cleaned their mess up and they had swept it under the rug. I honestly believe that. I don't even think that they were even thinking that there's a big ass camera watching us. I think that they were so enraged in the moment that they forgot all about the cameras until probably afterwards when it was too late.
they Black. And at the end of the day, you Black, you gonna get treated like you Black. I don't care what uniform you have on, military uniform, postal uniform, doctor, it don't matter. Whatever uniform you put on, you are Black at the end of the day, and you are going to get put underneath. They are going to get the death penalty. They are not going to get the slap on the wrist. They're not going to get manslaughter. They're not going to get any of the little 5 years, 8 years sentences. They are never going to see the light of day again.
Right. They're definitely going to be made examples of, for sure.
They ain't going to be made no examples of. They're going to be treated like they Black. It ain't no made example. They're going to be treated like they Black. If you make an example of these white officers who are doing this to Black men, those are the people that you make an example out of. As a Black officer, you ain't gonna be made no example. You just gonna get treated exactly the way you are, Black.
I agree. I mean, they deserve everything that they get. They deserve.
Yeah, and then the turn of events, though.
The turn of events. You know what? Let me just say this. The internet is quite the fucking detective. It like, be like, the internet be interneting.
Right.
Because the investigative reporting that happens of people with free time, I'm like, get to find out so I can come right back to this post so I can read the details.
Right. So the new turn of events is that he worked at FedEx with one of the officers' wives, girlfriends,
baby mama,
and they was allegedly dating or messing around or whatever the case may be. They are grown adults. They can date, they can do what they want to do. And he was upset. So he, not only was he upset, he done his madness, his anger, his possessiveness of his baby mama, his rage has now gotten 5 other officers, because then a white one got plopped off in there. He's going to be the one that's going to get out in 8 years. The rest of y'all
got 8 other people. He got 8 other people involved in this mess because 3 other people were fired. Yeah, so it's crazy. Yeah.
But the crazy part about it is, out of all of them, the white man is going to be out in about 5 years.
Yeah, because he sat his ass in the car while everybody else did all the dirty work. He sat in the car.
Yeah. But if it was a Black officer who sat in the car, he would be tried with everybody else. But the white guy is going to be the one that just gets he might not even go to jail. Hell.
I think the community is going to be such an uproar. I think if he does go to jail, it's not going to be for the time amount that they're going to get. If
Definitely
they even press charges, it's not going to be 20 life sentences like they about to get.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm torn with believing the story because I just can't make it make sense. That officer Haley or whatever, he was not even the first officer on the scene. So I'm like, who originally pulled him over? Like, I'm just so confused. I'm baffled. I'm confused.
After reading what I read, I feel like they were looking for him. Like, if you see him, pull him over and call me.
Oh, well, I guess they could do that, because if they're in that area, I mean, I see your point. Like, they're like, okay, because he wasn't coming from work though. He was just coming from a random place. So he wasn't even coming from work. He was coming from taking pictures of the sky, the sunset or something. Mine was on their business. But I knew when I saw the video, but first, for some reason, I had not even heard of I hadn't heard anything about this until like the day before when the video was coming out. And so when I saw the video, I was like, something about this isn't right. Like, because there was no video of the actual stop. Like it was already stopped and in progress. There's no like he's speeding, we're in pursuit of this wild man driving crazy. There was none of that. So I was like, this is weird. Something ain't this ain't the math ain't mathing.
Right.
So oh man, it's been heartbreaking watching it. And I hate that like these young men have to be made hashtags. Like it sucks to have another hashtag and it's gonna be another one if it's not already one. Like it's disgusting and nothing is going to change. We keep every top of the year, it's a new one.
It's a new one.
And so here we are again. And then 2 months down the road, there'll be another hashtag and we'll be out again, pounding the street and making our things black. And I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it.
That's because Black men have no value. I mean, Black people don't have any value, and Black men, they really, this is going to sound very harsh, but they're exterminating them. That's just what it all boils down to. Black men are being exterminated, and it's terrible and it is sad. And it is, and it's sadly it's not going to change.
I'm so confused on how all these other people will ruin their lives, their careers for one man against his one plight against this man who's seen his baby mama. Like, really?
I really don't think that they thought it was going to go that far, and then it just was out of control.
But when they saw it going that far, would you like they like watching that video and like you hear in the video, we've all seen it, and you hear him call out for his mom. I don't even think that was the most heartbreaking for me. It was heartbreaking, but it wasn't like, oh my God, it wasn't the oh God moment for me. The oh God moment for me was when he was trying to make words and he wasn't making sense. That's how I knew it was like down here. I was like, he can't even say words. He's not even making sense. Like they literally already killed him. Like he's dying. When he was falling over, I was like, this man is about to die right here. That's disgusting, man. I go down a rabbit hole and I'll just watch that shit on seeing it on repeat every time, on and out, on just over and over again. And I had to literally turn my TV off. And I don't sleep in the dark, but I had to turn my TV off because I did not want that to be consumed and I didn't want to be angry anymore. But now I'm just pissed. It's not gonna change.
Yeah, and then people that are commentating about it or reporting about it or have putting their 2 cents about it, just I mean the ignorance that comes out of people's mouths, like because they're a result of single parent homes and
Fat loser.
and it's a
That man.
gang bang mentality, and it is not. It is them being unhuman, being very brutal, being not thinking at all, not thinking at all. And they're thinking that they're going to be able to get away with it like their white counterparts, and they are not.
The only thing that he said that I kind of sort of agree with is in the way that was, I do kind of agree that you have the mob mentality when somebody's doing something and everybody's just hype and enraged. And so everybody's in there getting their licks in, they doing all of that. And I'm like, so I do agree with that point of it, but the single moms part, but his dad was a very active part of his life. Like it's not like that man was not, I don't think he was a product of a single parent home. So what the fuck? That man is just talking. Like he He's on that same train that Candace Owens. Who gives a shit about him? Fuck that man. We don't gotta talk about that man. Let's talk about why this dummy, the officer, sent the picture to. I need for them to get. I need to see what this girlfriend got to say,
Right.
or this baby mama. I need to hear what she has to say about
you
all
can
this.
see in the video where he actually takes a picture.
I didn't see that part.
You can see him take the picture. So he takes the picture and then he sends the picture of the beat up dude to the baby mama. Like, that's why you're never gonna breathe fresh air outside of a prison ever again.
It's giving premeditated.
Clearly.
I didn't see that part. I have to go back and watch it again. Like,
This
I did
is
not
going to
even
be very swift, fast.
No, it's
fast
already
punishment.
been swift.
Swift, fast punishment.
It's all listen. At 10 o'clock, I saw that they had been fired. 10:04, I saw that they had been charged. Like, that's how quick it went for me. I was like, damn.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be and it's not gonna be no year from now waiting for them to go to court.
No.
Nope. It's gonna be swift and fast because they're Black. You know, they think that their uniform is going to protect them. At the end of the day, you are Black men. It is not going to protect you. You cannot do what your counterparts do.
Yo, people are separating themselves so far from them officers that with police officers, as a police officer, I was disgusted.
There's a police force. Yeah, are you? But you're not disgusted when your white counterparts are doing the same shit.
Exactly.
You're not disgusted. You're disgusted when you see a gang of Black people because it was a gang of them. 5 people is a gang.
Definitely.
That's a large group.
Definitely a gang.
And then y'all throw all the extra other people in there. Y'all have to pay gratuity if y'all go out to
I don't even use the word haymakers, but I used that then, and then he used it himself. Did you see the haymakers? He said, "Man, I was throwing haymakers." I was like, "Dang, you should have." That's what I just said. Like, it was disgusting. Like, I can't even believe that this is something that we're having to talk about. Like, you could have met him outside out of uniform and fought him. Like, what a coward! How cowardly is that? You had to get yourself and 5 other people to do what you did because you weren't man enough to confront him on your own. He's a bitch ass N-word.
Completely disgusting. So, you know, we always do a shame-worthy topic. Not every show, but we are shaming every single one of these police officers, first responders that were involved in the death of this Black man.
Absolutely. I just want to, I want to say something to the doctor who reached out to the mom. I don't know the doctor's name, the ER charge person or whoever it was, that called her and said, "You need to be here. Like, why aren't you here?" Because had she not been there, I'm convinced that he would have went to, the morgue part of the hospital or whatever, and it just would have been covered up completely. I'm glad that person had the wherewithal to be like, okay, something here isn't right. Let's call this mom, let's call this family and get them here and figure out what is going on. If it wasn't for that person, I don't think that we would have been seeing this wouldn't be what it is.
I agree. And it's completely unfortunate that this is the way that Tyre Nichols passed away. Say his name, Tyre Nichols, say his name, Tyre Nichols. We our condolences go out to his family. Our prayers are with you. We can't even imagine.
I could never imagine. I'm trying to figure out how this mom, the mom, and a lot of things don't make sense. And I know that people, believe what they believe, but the mom was like, you know, he was here, he pretty much served his purpose, and now God called him home. He needed him there. That shit is not comforting for me. And I know that that's probably how she is able to get solace in this moment, to know that, to believe that her son is, you know, with God or whatever. But that's the last shit I want to hear. If something like, don't come to me with no, they're in a better place and that, fuck that. This was the better place. They were snatched out of this life that he was living, a nice job, a nice car, who was loved by his family, who was a good dude. Like,
Who was just enjoying nature.
Just exactly, man. Just enjoying the shit that we take for granted every day. That shit is disgusting, man. I just can't even put into words how I hope they get ran through in jail. Oof. And you know they are, because
they are. We are 100% shaming Emmett Martin III, Desmond Mills, Demetrius Haley, Justin,
especially Demetrius Haley. That's the one who sent the picture to the girlfriend. He's the reason for all these problems.
He is. We shaming you 150 times, Demetrius Haley. Justin Smith, Tadarius Bean, and what's the white officer's name? I don't know what the white officer's name is.
I don't know his stuff.
I know his name. Preston Hemphill. Preston Hemphill, you are also being shamed as well because you sat and said nothing.
He was probably scared. You know, I'm not making excuses.
He's got a little button right here on his thing, so he can say, hey, I don't feel comfortable with this. He's inside the police car. He's got all kinds of ways to communicate. He can send a text message, a smoke signal, anything. He does not get a pass.
I'm not making excuses. I'm not making a fucking pass. I'm not giving him a pass. I'm just like, he's the one who tased him. He was tased him first.
And the 3 EMTs, Robert Long, Jamichael Sandridge, and Lieutenant Michelle Whitaker.
Yo, what? I'm so confused on because, you know, he stepped away to talk to them. So I'm just trying to figure out what he said to them to make them not act, like, not help him. Like, what did he say to you to make you be like, he good? And then the way they tried to cover it up. Oh, he got to be on something. They
just literally blew him off. They spoke to him and was like, oh, he was just pepper sprayed. Like,
they said he was on something. They told him he was on something. He was like, he's on that. He got to be on something. He high, but they had literally beat him to where he couldn't talk. Shit is like, what? He was gurgling. When trying to speak. And they did nothing.
Shame on all 9 of y'all. Y'all all played y'all part. People. Shame on all of y'all. I don't wish ill will on many people, but when you mess with babies, when you mess with the elderly, and when you take advantage of just regular common citizens, you deserve every bit of everything that comes to you.
For sure. Trash ass people. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't get it. I'll never understand. This is the most senseless of them all. And, you know, I didn't think it could. They were like, I knew when they have to prep you for a video being bad, I knew it was going to be bad. Like, I was like, ooh, they telling us it's bad. That means it's worse than what they say.
And I'm like, oh, this in my mind. This is in my mind. I'm like, oh, these damn white police officers done did some bullshit. And then you hear play, and you see black, 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 black. I don't see nothing but brown people up in here.
Before I saw the
Do you
video, I
not
knew
know the
that they
fight that
were
we've
black.
been fighting it, and you gonna go and contribute to it? And that's I refuse to believe there is no way that they did not know they were gonna get caught. There's no way.
Before I saw the video, I knew they were black. So I knew that they were black before then. So I wasn't shocked at that moment to see them on video.
Well, I hadn't seen any of the beginnings. I used to watch news a lot. You know, me and you used to be CNN, Chris Cuomo,
Junkies.
Don Lennon. I used to be, but when I decided to change my energy and things like that, one of the things was getting away from the daily news updates. So therefore, I was not privy to what was going on. So when I saw it, I actually saw it on D.L. Hughley, his page. When I saw it, I hit the button. I was not prepared. Because every time I look at those types of videos, it's always the white officers. And so when I hit the button and I seen they were all black, I was like, I know y'all know the fight. Y'all know the struggle. Y'all know the struggle. I don't believe that there's not one of those black officers have not been, before they joined the force, had some type of negative something with police and with the police officers, the police force period, to recognize that this is, they wanted to be a part of the force to make change. I don't feel like, I'm sorry, but I don't feel like black people join the force just because I just want to be police officer. No, they join it because they want to be the change. And that's how I feel. I could be wrong. I don't know them, but I'm just saying, I feel like you want to be the change, not be a part of the problem. They are a part of the problem.
Yeah, and this, from my understanding, this is not the first time that they in their city, they're known as the Jump Out Boys. And the other shit, the Scorpion Crew, but the streets know them as the Jump Out Boys.
Yeah, well, the Scorpion Crew is what they were titled and named by the police department. And that was, they were just enforcers. And I don't have a problem with you being enforcers and them trying to find people that are recognizable in their, so the kids and the people can recognize their own but you're not going to go out here and act like you are on training day. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not about to be out here doing all of that. But clearly that is definitely what they were doing, because the community's stand on them was like, yeah, they did this all the time, and they was able to get away with it. And I think that is what gave them the notion that their skin was not going to be a factor if they beat up on this FedEx worker. This is a FedEx worker cheating with my homeboy wife. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just want to know, like, how long, like, his baby. I got to hear from his baby mama. I'm sorry.
She ain't gonna speak.
She probably won't.
She ain't gonna speak. Because you know why she's not gonna speak? Because then the media is gonna make it her fault. And I hope that she does not speak.
Bitch, speak. She probably won't. If she was cheating, this is how I feel.
They're gonna be like, she was this and she's that and she's that kind of mother. It's gonna be all about her. And I don't believe that she went out there and told them, hey, go find him and be. No, I do not want her to say a word. She does not need to say anything, because they are going to make her a villain.
They're gonna find her anyway.
They gonna make her a villain. If she don't say nothing, they just thinking the shit. If she say something, it's gonna be void.
I think that he was probably abusive towards her, and she was probably scared. So we don't know and this is all alleged. We don't know if this is true anyway. However, because the family, one of the things that the dad did say is, please stop the rumor of him and the FedEx, or the work at the baby mama, whatever. So we don't know. This is all alleged. So allegedly, you know, he was seeing that lady or the baby mama. But I'm like, that officer Haley person, he was probably abusive towards her. That's probably why she stopped fucking with him. And she was moving on to something better. And he just
Right.
couldn't take it. And he used his power to end this man's life. That's why I think, never mind. I'm not gonna say it because I don't fool with police. And I only fuck with one police, and he was a U.S. Marshal, an Air Marshal at that. Hey, friend. But yeah, I do not mess with the popos at all. Do I have ever messed with a police officer? No, just that one. Okay. Yeah. No.
I have not dated any police officers. I have had coffee with a police officer. I had a stalker security guard.
The saying policemen beat, firemen cheat, that has been in my head since forever. So The Burning Bed was one of the movies that did it for me, and this other movie that I used to watch, and they were both cops beating their wives and getting away with it because they were cops. And I just never wanted to have to kill somebody for beating on me. And so I was like, yeah, that's probably not my route to go. I don't fuck with police. No, I don't.
I don't either. But
I'll leave that to AT. She can have all the police she wants. I don't want it. I don't want no parts of it.
A VT she has a police officer that loves her too. And his name is Sharif. So that was my little buddy. And I was like, hey, Officer Sharif. Because my name is Shari, so you know, whatever. But he was cool. But then again, you know, you just don't know. He's a white officer, but he was cool. You know, I don't want to say all cops are bad, or, you know, I don't. And I definitely, I don't want to say that. And I don't want to say that all white cops are bad. I just want to say that the ones that are, they have a record, they've been reported, and they've gone unnoticed. Every single time, it doesn't matter. And it don't even matter what race they are. They've been reported, they've been ignored, it's been ignored, it's been shoveled under the rug. I bet you if their investigation teams just go through the units, the different police units records, go through their records and look and read and see who's been reporting, what has been said. Go and talk to some of those victims' parents, or, you know what I'm saying? Go and do that. Go ask the community. You would find out that probably about, this is just a guesstimation, at least about 40 to 50% of your officers that are out in the streets need to be fired.
Oh,
they
yeah.
need to be, yeah.
But, well, is it going to change anything though? Because it was reported that a week, 2 weeks before, a few days before they killed Tyre, they did another man. He was beat unconscious. He just survived to say these same jump out boys did this to me. So they have a history, and he wasn't the first one. He wasn't the last one.
He's gonna be the last
probably
one.
the last.
He's gonna be the last one for them.
Yeah, he'll be the last. But in that city, that ain't stopped nothing else. What I'm saying,
it's not.
Like,
but
it
I do hope, and I do pray that all the other Black officers around the United States, around the world, period. If you are a Black police officer, I hope you keep in mind you are Black.
Yo, I had a run.
You have to set a higher standard. You have children that are looking up to you. You have people you have a whole nation on your back looking at you and hoping that you're gonna make the change. You're gonna be the change. Like, be the change.
I don't believe in this day and age that people are looking at cops like, be the change. I don't fucking believe that. It doesn't have the same, being a cop does not have the same back in the day as, oh, being a cop is like, okay, it's great. Now I don't see that shit now. Like, I don't see people like, yeah, the people that want to be cops, I don't know why they want to be cops. They want to carry a gun and they want to.
I'm telling you, I feel like the people want to be Black people when they join the force now. It's not just for a check. They want to be the change. So I feel like if you want to be the change, be the change. Don't contribute to the foolishness. And I feel like they are contributing to the.
You don't have. They will never. You can't go in and be the change. It's systematic. So unless they're going to wipe out the whole thing and rebuild it in every city, there's not going to be any change. So you join the police force because you want to do something else with your life. You don't have to be a police officer to change the world. You have a much better chance of changing the world not being a cop, because people don't trust y'all, and that is dangerous, more dangerous for you. Black men, do not fucking become cops. Cops even shoot they own when you don't be in y'all's fucking cop clothes. You just a regular nigga to them. Don't fucking be a cop. That's my advice. For what? But I will say this. There was this one time I was driving under the influence on 122nd Memorial. Me and Shamika, we were wasted. I was driving actually on incoming traffic, but wasn't nobody that way. I was like driving like this driving. I was so wasted. Do not drink and drive. That was 22 years ago. Anyway, the police officer pulled us over. I had just got my nipples pierced, and I was cute that night. Me and her had gone out. We was drunk as Scooter Brown trying to get to IHOP on Memorial Road. The officer pulled me over. He was like, "Have you been drinking?" I was like, "No." He was like, "Get out of the car." I was like, "Okay." I got out of the car, flashed him. I got my nipples pierced, and he was like, "I'm gonna let you go home, but you ain't going to IHOP. You have to go straight home. This is a white cop." And he was like, "Which one of y'all can drive the best?" And I was like, "Probably me." And he let us drive. He let us get away. He let me give him a hug and everything. He was the nicest cop I ever been talked to. Ever. He let us go. Probably because I flashed in my nipples.
That's the only reason why, because I
wonder if I'm on his dash cam.
I'm a hypocrite because I will say this: I don't get drunk and drive, but I have drank and drive. Mm-hmm. And I always told myself that it's something that I would never do, because as a child, me and my mother, when I was 7, we were hit by a drunk driver, and I went almost through the windshield, which is why I have the scar on my forehead and under my lip. And I said that I would never, ever, ever, endanger myself or endanger others around me. So I do have a limit. It doesn't matter. One drink is drinking and driving. So there's no excuse, but I do have a limit. But yeah, if I know I can't drink, I'm just going to take an Uber or ask somebody to come and pick me up, something like that. But I have.
Yeah, that was many moons ago. I don't even drink like that anymore. However, that particular night, we was at whole races and we had the time of our lives. So, but anyway, thank you for my safe home, because that could have turned out, I could have got that officer that was making the women suck his dick. I could have got that officer. So thank God that he wasn't a cop then. I could have been leaving the tree lounge and fucking have to suck this cop's dick to go home. Like, who wants to do that? So thank goodness I didn't get his ass. Golly, I've been so blessed. Jesus.
Yeah, because
Lord.
I definitely couldn't do it. I would be like, I guess I might have to be getting my first DUI because
Yo, because he's in on our block in Parker State. That's where he was stopping folks.
yeah.
Heck no, man. Ugh, yikes.
Mm.
So they come, and he was Asian. He was Asian and biracial. So
Yeah.
they come in they fuck. I mean, it just it. You got one raping women, one on the knee, on the neck, one beating someone to death. It's different variations of the same thing, abusing power.
It is abuse of power. It is. It's
Yes.
sad. It is terrible. And you know, I know we normally talk about sex and relationship stuff and things like that, but this show needed to address. First of all, we address every time there's one story that is surface. I don't want to even say that it's worse than another story because death is a death of a Black man or you know what? It's not even a death of a Black man. Death of a human to someone who is supposed to be protecting them is sad in all occasions. So, but every once in a while, we have to get on here. We have to address it. We have to put our sex aside to address the shamefulness. This is nothing but a shame-worthy show. Shame on all of these officers.
I absolutely think, and of course, you're entitled to your stuff and me mine, but I think this was probably the worst. Like, I thought that George Floyd, I thought that was horrific, and it was, but it's just something about this one that is different in the brutality. And I think it's because we literally watched both of them, but we watched his head, like, I could see where I saw when they broke his neck. You know what I'm saying? I saw when he would lose consciousness and come back. I saw where he could verbalize mama, and then he
I saw
couldn't.
moments when they could stop.
Right. Or somebody could stop it and didn't. Like running up to him, kicking like you're kicking a field goal, his head, like it was worse to me. And I just sat there with
It was definitely more brutal.
yes.
I mean, they're all horrible, but it was definitely more brutal. And it was pack of wolvish.
Yes.
It was very brutal. And it was just like, they were just compiling things on top of things. Like it was brutal.
Mm-hmm. And then, at first, before the rumor started circulating the baby mama, I thought, because they always tell you on all the shows that I've ever, Law and Order, that's my shit. The
Right.
first thing Ice-T say, if I have to chase you, I'm gonna beat your ass, pretty much. And I thought, damn, they mad, they gonna beat him up. They gonna do something to him because he made them run after them.
Right.
And then it's like before he actually ran away from them, I'm like, they gonna kill this man because they so stupid, they didn't spray themselves with the mace.
Yeah.
They just sprayed, like, damn, like I got into a fight, and I take the shine away from this story, but let's break for a second. In high school, I was fighting. I caught myself gonna throw my drink on somebody. I was so mad in the heat of the moment. I put the cup up like this. I dumped the shit on myself. Infuriated. Oh, I was like, I'm about to beat your ass for real now. I didn't dump this whole icy on my. Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, they are going to. And they did.
And they did. And that's unfortunate. And we shame them. Y'all are our shame shame-worthy topic, shame-worthy episode, shame on y'all. Hey, y'all know what's coming to y'all. Ebony, tell everybody where to find us, where to follow us. We're gonna be done with it. We done with this. This has been. We definitely will touch on when when they go to trial. We'll definitely talk about that again. But this, we done with this. It's so disappointing.
So you can follow Naturally Unbothered on IG, Twitter, and Facebook. You can email us at naturallyunbothered2@gmail.com. That is naturallyunbothered2@gmail.com. You can leave us a message. We welcome the feedback and comments. Show ideas. Ever nice, know how I love you. Thank you for all the letters that you send me through email, text, whatever. You can listen on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Audible, or wherever you listen to podcasts. You should be listening to us, watching us on YouTube. You should be subscribing, rating, leaving a review. You should be selecting the notification bell so that you're notified when we upload new episodes every Thursday. And the last few shows have been fire. So if y'all have not tuned in to 2023 Naturally Unbothered episodes, y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. So they have all been fire. Like I watch our episodes like I'm watching old episodes of Law and Order.
Right.
I'm on it.
I do. So I will put them on and just be walking around the house just cracking up laughing. I figured out that I can hook my TV up to my Bluetooth in my ear.
Oh. We own it. I like to listen on my way to work.
I do.
And I know the people that be looking in my car because I be dying. And when I'm doing stuff at work, I listen. And they're like, "What are you laughing at, Miss Ebony?" I'm like, "If I told you, I have to kill you. Like, you're too young. But wait till you get 18. Wait till you get 18." But anyway, so if you're looking for Naturally Unbothered merch, if you are looking for Naturally Unbothered merch,
because we weren't supposed to be recording.
Right. Please visit www.naturallyunbothered.com and click the merch link. That's www.naturallyunbothered.com and click the merch link. Tell your whole ass friends to tell their whole ass friends to tune in to Naturally Unbothered. If you want to leave a message or give your thoughts about the Tyre Nichols case, please, you can call, leave a message, leave a voicemail, text it 205-308-8304. That is 205-308-8304. And we would love to be able to chat with you guys about this Thursday morning in the chat. So
you know what?
Talk about
don't
this.
Even tell them that because we don't even be on the chat no more. You be at work. I'll be asleep.
That's true.
Don't even worry about it. We appreciate everyone who used to join the chat with us. Don't even tell nobody about the chat no more.
Yeah. Okay, so
we ain't even gonna be on there. It does premiere, and I ain't even gonna hold you.
Yeah, but okay, just because we're not on there, you can still have your conversation and leave y'all's comments. Y'all can leave y'all's comments, and if I see a comment there, I'll respond. Sometimes my comment be the only comment. Like today, my comment is the only comment there.
Fair enough.
So comment, okay? So tell your whole ass friends to tell their whole ass friends to comment on our YouTube show. So, and watch them and all that. And we love y'all. Good night.
Good night. Oh, it popped up this time. Hey.
What popped?